Well, my connection to St. Vincent de Paul goes back to my early years, my kid years. I was born and raised in Bogotá, Colombia, many, many years ago. And when I was a kid, my dad used to take me over to the areas where he wanted to. He was a member of the society in Colombia. I'm talking about some 60 plus years ago. And he went to visit poor people in the skirts of Bogotá, very poor people that didn't have any, thing that you could call a home. It was just made out of cardboard and pieces of metal, whatever, in the mountain skirts of Bogotá. He went there on Saturday mornings and provided the people with little things for the kids and vouchers for food and those type of things that people later on could exchange for food. So I like it to go over there and, see the kids around and these people. It was a very, very bad conditions. So from that, that was a seed planted in my mind about this connection with poor people and helping them out. Now, fast forward to many, many, many years after life brought me here to live in the United States with my family, 32 years ago. And I, live a normal life for an immigrant here. We, had 3 kids. And I didn't have any connection with St. Vincent over those years. Later on, at one time, from the parish that I was attending at that time, the parish of St. Bernard in Middleton, I got a connection with, I got an invitation to be part of that conference. And I got involved not very deeply. I attended meetings and do some home visits, not on my own, but helping, especially when there was a need to visit someone that didn't speak English. So I helped with translation of those visits. That went on for a year and a half or so. And then something happened in my life that was in the life of my family that changed the course of my life, of our life. I should say my youngest daughter passed away in an unfortunate accident when she was 20 years old. So at that time, I lost interest in not only in participating in St. Vincent de Paul, but many things. Years after, that was 13 years ago. 12 years ago. And but then I continued, working normally. And years after, I retired from work after 25 years working here for this company. And I wanted to retire to do something else that not just because I didn't like my job, that wasn't the case, or I felt that I wouldn't be able to do it anymore. So I wanted to do something different. Part of that was to give back to the community and to others, part of what the much I had received in life. So I was looking for volunteer opportunities. And all of a sudden, I don't remember exactly where I saw a sign or something, a note about St. Vincent de Paul Pharmacy, charitable pharmacy needing volunteers. I didn't even know that St. Vincent had a pharmacy, so I said, this might be. So I called right away and was informed about what, the opportunity was. And I said I am interested, and they took me right away. That was beginning of 2017. So it's going to be, or it's 7 years ago. It's going to be 8 years ago next March. So I have been volunteering for the pharmacy since then. Very happily, it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. I have, as I said, in any volunteer dealing with poor people or people in need, is much more what you receive than what you give. So I have made wonderful friends, not only within the pharmacy, but also with the patients and people that we help in the pharmacy. Through this, I got connected with some other people in the organization. And at one point, I was invited to, or was asked if I would want to consider getting involved in the board of directors of the organization, which I did, and served there for 5 or so years. I just took a step down just a month ago because some other occupations have taken much of my time, and one of those was or is directly related to St. Vincent de Paul. In October 2022, I was contacted by Mike Meehan, the president of the district council, diocesan council, and he told me about he's interested in creating a conference for Latino community. For many years, the society has had many conferences that help neighbors in need, but none of them have, Spanish-speaking people that, some of them do have, but there is a very superficial job but not real help for this growing community of Latino immigrants, people especially coming lately has increased a lot in all Dane County. So we went ahead and started conversations and getting people involved. And in July 2023, we created formally, officially, the first Latino conference in the Diocese of Madison. That is called Conference of Divina Misericordia in Spanish, in English, Divine Mercy. Divine Mercy Conference, and Vincent de Paul is wonderful. We currently have 16, 17 active members. In the first year, we completed 172 plus home visits and help about 550 people out of those families that we visited. We have done a tremendous job, and I was named the president of the conference and have been helping them. And that was supposed to be for a few months. Well, it has, it's going to be, it's going to year and a half, and I am happily here serving in that conference. What sustains me here, the value that I have gotten more deeply in my heart, in my involvement with St. Vincent de Paul is, there are several, I would think. First of all is my desire to you know, deepen more into my faith, my Christian faith. Serving others is something that has gotten really deep into my mind, and I really feel that whatever I can do, I would do it, because I feel that I have been very fortunate in life, and I need to give more to others from what I have gotten. Seeing the spirit of friendship and service in the people that works with me and others have motivated much more to me, saying, well, I am really still far away from what I should get in following my desire to, again, go more in line with my faith. Well, the wonderful moments that I have gotten that have really impacted me, there have been several, but just about every time that I get a smile, especially if it is a kid that, reflects on the brightness of his or her face, the happiness that they experience when getting something, or not necessarily something material. It might be a nice comment about the name of a kid or something like that. That really hits me really well. Also, when I see people that is really trying hard to get off the ground in this country, and see that I can give that people some little orientation or advice, has really gotten very hard to me, had been very nice for me at that moment. I have had several instances in which I have seen God's grace helping us in this conference. I'll tell you something that particularly impact me. We have had several, many home visits, and usually they go about the same, people needing help with rent or with utilities or with furniture or those type of things. But this one, the wife told us that his husband has had a very hard time because he has lost his dad 2 or 3 weeks before they were contacting us for other matter. And she had also lost her mother a year ago, before that moment. So that she was wondering if we could, give her some advice, some counseling, something like that. It was clear that she was needing some more spiritual, emotional advice. Well, let's leave that. At the same time, 2 days before that, I had been contacted by a priest from Nicaragua, that is a refugee from Nicaragua, that is living now here in Madison, and he was looking for volunteer opportunities, and that was at the pharmacy. So I thought, maybe you want to do here some of the stuff that we do here. No, he said, no, I want to do something more, like giving advice to people. I am a psychologist in my country. I was, graduated there, and I am also have a degree in counseling couples. And that I saw, well, this is more than a coincidence. So I asked him I told him a little bit about the conference, what we do, and asked him if he would be willing to, accompany me to that home visit and give this. He said, for sure, of course, that's kind of the thing that I am looking for. So he came with me to this visit, and he gave so much. I could tell, this family was so impacted positively by his counseling that I said, well, this gotta be directly from God, putting that this person in the way. Now this priest is. We invite him to come and join us to help us as a spiritual advisor for us, the members of the conference. So he initiated that job. Well, I call it job, but it's not a job. It's his last in our last monthly meeting. So yeah, that's the top situation that comes to mind. Something that initiative that as a team, as a group that has impacted me is most definitely the formation of this conference. It was not easy. I mean, we are not I'll call it normal conference because we have two main differences. First of all the conferences in the diocese are associated to one parish. We are not. We are not precisely because we serve a wide community that is all over the county of Dane. So that's one big difference, and that affects us in some ways. For instance, the conferences normally have help from the parishes to raise funds, doing collections after Mass or during Mass or whatever. In certain occasions, especially from the parish, we don't have that benefit. And the other difference is the area of coverage. Each conference has the same area of coverage as the parish do. Now we cover the entire area of the Dane County, so it takes more time, more in certain cases efforts for the members to do the visits, but we do that happily in putting some addition into our efforts. So because of all of that, it wasn't easy. It was the first time for everybody. Well, for me, it wasn't that new because I had that experience in the conference of St. Bernard in Middleton years ago. But for everybody else, this is new. I mean, many people think of the work of conferences as a volunteer. It's not. There are substantial differences between what is a normal volunteer and what is a conference member. So getting the people and getting the people that was willing to commit, we have to commit most definitely time and efforts and all those type of things for contributing, and it wasn't easy. And still, we are in the formation process. We have that many active members, as I mentioned before, but that doesn't mean that everybody is there in the moment that we need it. The people, our conference member, most of them, not me certainly, are very young. And they most of them work still full-time or part-time, but different hours. And that is sometimes an issue as far as attending meetings and especially for doing home visits, So that's another difference with the majority of the conferences are for, retired people that has already more availability with their time. But we have been getting there. We have had many benefactors down the way that has helped us. Raising funds is a challenge for us because, again, we don't have the help of any parish. But we are getting there with the grace of God. The things go well. We have been blessed in so many ways that I can, thank God enough. We know that we are here to stay with the grace of God. Well, the impact of our Spanish-speaking conference in the community, more generally in the Dane County population, is enormous. Is great. I mean, if you ask anyone or us that knows about this, know how much exponentially the Latino people has been growing in the past 2-3 years in general in the United States, but particularly in the area of the Dane County, in Wisconsin, and particularly in Dane County, has been tremendous. So I'd say 7 out of 10 people that we visit has been just arrived in the country with nothing. They have nothing, and so the impact there has been. That's why I'm saying the impact that we have had is enormous. And I sometimes I look back and say, wow, what would these people do before? I'm not saying that we are helping everybody. I wish we could, but the many people that we are visiting and trying to help is really, really, really benefited from getting someone at their homes that speak their language, that understand, the situation, and that's because of the culture. As I said before, some of the conferences currently have some people bilingual people that serve as a translator, but as far as I know, none of them is Latino. So we are able to connect much deeper and better with these people because we share some of the culture, not only the language, but some of the culture, the normal, traditions and things in different countries, even though there are differences in Latin America from one country to another. We understand those type of things. The names that we give to the holidays or nicknames for, saints and those type of things are really, really helpful and help a lot in the deeper connection with them, because we do home visits because we are not just a strictly talking a charitable organization. No, we want to connect spiritually with the people we serve, we help, and that's a fundamental part of what we do. Growing spiritually in service and in material help. A moment that I have been especially proud of being a Vincentian. Yeah, I'll tell you, there have been many. I mean, I am very proud of being a member of the Society of St. Vincent, and I tell everybody about that. when there is an opportunity. But there is one moment when I retired, like I said in the beginning, 6 years ago, from this company, and my wife happens to be working for that same company still, and she asked me one day about they at that company were looking for opportunity for the executives to do some volunteer work for one day. Don't remember exactly for what occasion was that, but anyways, I say, well, St. Vincent de Paul is a great opportunity for doing that. So they came here for one day, the executives from the CEO down, or from the VPs up to the CEO, came and do some packing stuff for the food pantry, and had a wonderful experience. And when some of the executives that I know them, most of them now, because it has already been 6 years since then, told me about that, how felt that good to be part of it, and that he heard something about me. They say, well, it's not, and again, it wasn't because they were heard good things about me, because they saw from one angle the good that this organization do for others, and they did like it, they love it, and they were really wanted to do it again. That was last year, so I hope that next year, there was this year, I hope next year they will do it again. But that was an especially bright moment for me, that I felt so good to be, involved with the society. A story that encapsulates the spirit of St. Vincent, and that I have a personally felt. I said that story that I told you about the priest, giving more than what really the people think that we do is just giving material things. It's not only that. And I have seen that several other times. I can, probably if I have a few seconds, I can remember something in particular in that regards. The spirit that the members portray at every time that, someone needs something internally, everybody's there to help that people. For instance, we have we provide furniture to people from the Dig and Center service in St. Vincent de Paul, but they need to transport those furnitures from the warehouse or from the store directly to their homes. And many times they do have someone they know that has a van or something that can help them with that, but so many times not. So we have had cases in which our members volunteer to rent, a new whole truck and help them to take that, do that move for them. That reflects the spirit of service that the members of the conference of the society have in general.